Welcome to Katoni Entertainment. I'm Chris.
And I'm Bree.
And I'm Julian.
And this is take 3.
I was going to say the third time's a charm.
I stole it.
I don't know what's happening. It keeps stopping us during the recording and bouncing us back out. As we're trying to paint Black Dragon, that we primed black. We're painting over the Citadel Ironbreaker, and he's like a mix between.
He looks like Mechagodzilla married a robot, and they had a child who later gets gutted by Trainee, the Yellow Ranger, and gets turned into armor.
Well, there you have it. It gets gutted. So anyway, when we're completely done painting the Ironbreaker all over Black Dragon, I mean all over Black Dragon, we're going to put on our Citadel Gnome Oil. It's going to create a shading. I'm not super familiar with Black Dragon. I've seen some of the art of Black Dragon, but again, I kind of jumped into the comic lines during, or just after the Shattered Grid story, which is the second Drakon story, as I understand. And then we actually read the Shattered Grid story because we got that copy of the graphic novel sent to us by Ryan Parrott. And Black Dragon's not in that one. So I know Black Dragon is like kind of like a Mecha Zord sort of thing, kind of emulating the Dragon Zord. I know it's powered by the Chaos Crystal.
And I know it gets turned into a mech suit by Trini.
Yes, and that shows up in the Battle for the Grid video game. Julian, who's your favorite character in Battle for the Grid?
Battle for the Grid, it's Jason.
Are you asking me?
No, your favorite
there was
to play is
there was a
Green
question
Ranger.
mark at the end of that.
No, his favorite to play is Green Ranger, and it's been an issue in the house.
You know, we asked Jonathan Ying who his favorite was, and he wouldn't tell us. I'm pretty sure he was trying to say Quantum Ranger, though.
Oh, yeah.
We tried to trick him. Anyway, once we've done that, it's going to create a lot of shading for us, and we are going to use some contrast. Here's where I lied. Going to use the Griff Charger Gray.
You've betrayed us all now.
So we're doing a little bit of artistic license with Black Dragon because, not dissimilar to Solar Ranger, depending on who the colorist is in the comics, you get a couple different views of Black Dragon. Some of them portray him as more light grays or silvers. Some of them portray him as really, really dark grays, almost bordering on black.
Yeah, like gunmetal kind of look.
And some of them have two shades of gray, one of which is like a deep mid-tone, and one of which is like a deep mid-tone enriched by a little bit of blue. So we're going a little bit off the reservation, and some of these raised plates here, we're applying some Griff Charger gray over them, which has a lot of blue built into it. So we're kind of changing the color of some of the armor. So why would we do that? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, and we've talked about this with some of the Rangers, I like to do something off-kilter. A lot of the times just to give the miniature a flair that tells you, hey, this is my miniature, this is not somebody else's miniature. And also, Black Dragon is, while he's really, really cool, he's also really, really boring.
Yeah, he's just a big metal monster.
And Julian, what do you think would be boring about Black Dragon?
What's boring about him?
Yeah, how many colors is he?
He's on, like, and I think he's one.
He's basically one color, and that's kind of boring, isn't it? So we're adding this blue only to certain parts of him to kind of create some flair. And you kind of see that right here. You see that kind of, it still looks silver, but it's got that bluish tint. But he does have these cool, like, energy nodes or power orbs or whatever you want to call them. He's got one in his chest. It's like his Iron Man arc reactor here.
Nice.
He's got a couple. Yeah, you see that? Kind of link it to our Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff.
There we go. Oh, look, he's got some in his hands, too.
He does. He has some in his hands. Okay,
so is Black Dragon just the Iron Man?
He's the Iron Man Zord.
He's the Iron Man Zord. Okay, I accept that.
To me, he's kind of like Mechagodzilla and
and
Iron Man?
No, Mechagodzilla stole the Iron Man suit, and then...
God.
That's terrifying.
That is terrifying. So, Julian, I got to interrupt you because we're going to be doing a gem technique this episode.
Ooh.
So, he has, like, these red energy orbs. So, I painted them almost like gems. And you start with... I did them red, because that's the main color you see on them. I did corn red, which is a nice dark red. And you see I kind of painted just, like, a crescent shape on the circular orb. And I leave the top, quarter or so of it black, but it's not a straight line across. It's kind of a crescent shape. And we're going to do that on a couple different ones here on camera. The other ones I'm going to do off camera. But we're just going to kind of bounce in, and we're also drawing these energy lines on him here because some of the artwork shows him with like these energy nodes running through his body. And I kind of drew those lines on there. So next is the Mephiston red. And the same thing. We're going to that chest orb. And we're drawing like a crescent and then filling in the lower portion of the gem. So it's going to leave behind, you're going to see it really well in the final photo. So now we have black in the upper right quarter. Now we have like a sliver of the corn red, and the rest of it is the Mephiston red. And then we're going in near some of the joints of that of those power lines, just like we did on Ecliptor, and we're adding a brighter color. Then from there, we move on to our Evil Sun Scarlet, which is an even brighter red, and we do the exact same thing, leaving a little bit more of the Mephiston red showing through. And you're going to do this with as many shades of a color as you want. And you can do this with green, blue, purple, yellow, orange. It does not matter. It all works the same.
As long as you've got multiple shades.
As long as you've got multiple shades. And if you want to bring to life those like energy lines running in between the panels of his suit, you focus your brightest colors where the energy lines turn, and then you do the darker colors on the rest of it. And we're doing just that very bottom edge of it here, this Khador red highlight. And then there's one more step to really bring these gems to life. And I'm doing it on all the gems. I didn't do them all on camera because it's the same technique on all of them. Once you do it on one, you've got it down on all of them. And there's one more thing we have to do, and Julian really wants to say something. Give me half a second, buddy. Let me show off this gem technique. One more thing we have to do to bring it to life and make it look like the light is really reflecting off this orb. So we take a little dab of our dead white, and we go up into that black area, and we just make a little dot.
Oh.
Just a little dot of the white, and it's almost like the light is reflecting off of the gem. All right, Julian, what do you want to say?
I prefer to think of the energy lines as like some protective glass, and like the orbs are like generating energy, and that's how he's staying alive.
So like a force field.
No, the power from the emerald is driving into his body, keeping him alive.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
you notice we had a double look at the Abaddon Black there.
Yep.
It's because somebody bumped the camera.
Could it be a sweet lung?
No, that was you. That was the morning you walked in. And
That was me.
I didn't delete the clip for some reason. I really should have, but it wouldn't be Crotoni Entertainment if we clearly didn't know what we were doing.
I mean,
but this step you've seen a million times, so I have nothing more interesting to say about Black Dragon other than we did write rules for him for our one-page rules. Forces of Evil for Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, as we've talked about before, and we'll say it again to anybody who maybe didn't watch those videos. I took all of the Rangers we currently own, and I took all of the bad guys I've currently painted, and I have put them in custom-made army lists to play with the one-page rules game system. They can be played either with Age of Fantasy and Grimdark Future. They're currently being translated to the skirmish versions of those games as well. And they're complete army lists that you can use. We're using the Nazdrag Yellow trick we've used a million times before because he does have a golden horn. And the first versions kind of those lists, those first workable versions of those lists are available. There's links to the Google documents for both of them up on the Crotoni Entertainment Discord. There's a link in the description below. I posted them in the Heroes of the Grid section of that Discord, and we're going to be doing some battle reports for the channel using those rules.
yes.
So you can see what we've been talking about for months, where we talk about having an army of Rangers rather than just a handful of Rangers, and I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be really cool.
We just needed to get to a point where we had some energy to actually want to play a game.
And where it's truly playable. And I think some of the stuff we've come up for is definitely worth it. So stay tuned for that. Join our Discord. Black Dragon is complete. He's still that boring one-tone silver, but he's got a lot more going for him.
He kind of looks like Ultron.
So like and subscribe for more content. Hit the bell button for notifications. Check out the Discord. We got those documents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. We'll be putting up battle reports soon. And that's all I have on Black Dragon. So I'll see you all next time.
Bye!
Bye!
Guys, I left time for you guys to say stuff.
More bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.